What up? It's your boy. So let's get into it. What I wanted to get into earlier, you know what I mean? So now, explaining a few topics and shit. Like I said, these are my opinions. I'm just breaking them down uh, as the way I see them and what they're trying to do and and all that shit. You know what I mean? Going from politics, news, the vendors, loteros and all of them getting, like jumped and all that shit, and the whole police campaigning and their plans and all that crap. You know what I mean? So let's break it down. First of all, starting off with, like I said, I'm a man of science, so I believe in evolution. I believe that we still have some of our animal tendencies. Like, for example, animals are very territorial. You know what I mean? Kind of like when dogs piss, to mark their territory. And, you know, when they mark their territory, I mean, they ain't gonna let nobody else come and try to take that shit. You know what I mean? Like, got that shit fucked up. So now us, you know, being a gang member, we get a lot of shit, that, oh, look at these fucking idiots and with all the shit that they fucking do. But society in general is all like that. It's our animal tendencies. Once we make a stand for something, we make that stand too. We ride them wheels to the wheels fall off. You know what I mean? The Democrats, full-blown Democrats. Republican, full-blown Republicans. They be evidence in front of their face and they're still like, nah, you guys are wrong, and they want to switch up. Somebody creates a club, right? Like a clubhouse. Your clubhouse is the best. Like, nah, your guys' clubhouse sucks. Like, nah, fuck you, your clubhouse sucks. Or your squad, or your group, or your whatever you decide to be a part of, whether it's a book club, whatever, your shit's the best. It's always the best, and nobody else's shit is better. Even with music, like, nah, this band's better, no, this band's better, nah, fuck you, fuck. And people actually be fucking each other up over these kind of shits, you know what I mean? Because once you make a stand for something, it's in our nature just to, like, once we make a stand for something, like, nah, we hold down the fort, homie. You know what I mean? That's just the way society is, When we make a pick on something, like DC and Marvel, look at that, Xbox and PlayStation, all kinds of shit, you know what I mean? Like, people be talking shit, actually want to throw blows. That's just, you know what I mean? Even for countries, like, it's in our nature, dog, It's our animal tendencies. Now, let's start off with the first one. That was just to give you guys an idea of, like, where humanity's fucking mentality's at, Why sometimes they're so irrational. That's what it is. Anywho, it's just that nobody wants to recognize, their animal tendencies, so, they're in denial. Once they recognize it, I mean, it'll be more easier to control, but anywho. Okay, so, now what do I think about blacks beating up street vendors and all of that shit? Well, I think that shit is fucked up, homie. That shit is fucking gacho, and that shit shouldn't be happening. But, hold up. Wait a minute. What, Nate Dogg? So, people's biggest mistakes when they watch these kind of fucking videos, when they see Gabacho fucking running his mouth, a white person running his mouth insulting, Mexicans, whatever, or a black person taking off on a Mexican or a white or whatever, or vice versa, Mexicans taking off on them. When you're watching that video, don't watch it like you're seeing a black person, a white person, or a brown person, an Asian person, none of that. Watch it like you're watching a fucking human being attack another human being. You know what I mean? Because that's what it is. You can't just say, like, black people and then all of a sudden, like, oh, see, look at the black people, look how they behave, look how they act. All black people are not the same. We are not all the same. So to judge all blacks or all whites or all Mexicans on a few motherfuckers' actions is fucking ridiculous. And how are we gonna ask people to take care of them for us? Huh? Since when did it become their fucking job to babysit somebody they don't even fucking know? You know what I mean? Like, come on now. When you're watching stuff like that, it's a human being attacking another human being. Fuck that human being. If you catch that human being, knock him out or whatever the fuck. But you can't put it on nobody, leave it on nobody, and blame a whole entire race for a few people's fucking own actions, individual actions. So when you're watching the videos, don't see it like you're seeing a black person, a brown person, a white person. See it like you're just fucking seeing another person attack another person. How can we be so ignorant? You know what I mean? Like, they don't even fucking know that, and you know what I mean? And how people always say, nah, we're not all the same, we're all different, we all think that, oh, now we're all the same? Yeah, at the convenience, like I always said, it's always at the convenience. It's ridiculous, homie. So, the way I see it, them people that attack them people, fuck them, you know what I mean? But to blame a whole entire race for that kind of shit and saying that they gotta handle it and everything, that is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? See, who's really the racist? You guys are seeing colors, dog. We should be seeing person attacking person, not black, brown, or white. You know what I mean? Sorry, kind of get heated because it irritates me that I can't believe that. I know we're all different and everything, but it's like, wow, how can people not see that? You know, it kind of ticks away at me. You know what I mean? But that's my take on it. You know what I mean? Second, people's own police. I don't even know what to say about that. I can't even believe that some people are being fucking serious and actually considering it. You know what I mean? You guys should look up this thing in Las Vegas where they already have their own blocks. They have their own people that police. There's no more cops, right? They have their own civilians now that do all that, you know, protecting and patrolling. Their master plan, big ass group, their master plan was they hand people whistles. And you blow the whistle if you're in danger. Where are you rolling up to? Should you roll up with paramedics? Should you roll up with like a weapon? Does he have a weapon? Like, how's a whistle? What if a kid's running around with a fake whistle? What if you hear 3 whistles at the same time? You know what I mean? Like, that is a horrible idea. I can't even believe that. We got to put some new law enforcement acts, you know, where they do their training better. Their training is fucking horrendous. They need to pass this new bill where the training is it goes more in depth, you know what I mean, and more psychological than physical. Because when you're out there, even though physicality is a part of it, mentally is a majority of it. So there has to be more of a mental test than an actual physical one. You know what I mean? You know, so they need to get trained better in that sense. You know what I mean? So that's my take on that shit. You know what I mean? Now, for news and politics. So, Channel 7, 9, 5, all of that, they're full of shit, man. You know what I mean? Like, they keep trying to scare everybody. They keep trying to fucking stir up all of this shit because they still want the Republican Party to look like they don't know what they're doing. Like, everything's spinning out of control when, in fact, the Democratic Party is fucking crumbling beneath our very own eyes. You know what I mean? Making up all this shit and fucking distractions and not covering actual stuff that needs to be covered. You know what I mean? When Donald Trump calls it fake news, he's a fucking idiot. What he means to say is that it's a fucking fucking kind of like we could say not fake news. We could say like a piece of shit news. You know what I mean? It's just their shit is just to stir it up their way, how they want it, and they'll only show what they want, and you know, try to distract people, and you know, give us a run around. You know what I'm saying? Like, they full of bullshit. Fox 11 News, they do it more sneaky way. You know what I mean? They'll say truths to it and then sprinkle some lies, you know, around there. You know what I mean? Then when they show videos of Joe Biden, horrible fucking crop job, you know? Like, that fucking video is edited garbage style where it's like, it sounds like that fool's fucking talking nonsense. And then they still want to say, what does that mean? Like, well, yeah, you fucking edited it to sound that way, you piece of shit. Like, hear it out. You know what I mean? And then how they say that, oh man, how these people are like, oh, and you guys need to protect yourself. And how's white being a man? Like, take that dildo out of your fucking ass, homie. You know what I mean? You're over here trying to talk like you're the bigger person when you're not. You're acting like a fucking child too, stirring up the mess. You know, just the way you want it. You know what I mean? You're no better than them. Like, you know, like, the Republicans are the ones that, like, if you buy a cookie from them, they spit on it and they hand it to you. The Democrats are the ones that they spit in the batter, you know, cooked it and then give it to you. You know, they went more of a nicer way about it, but at the end of the day, y'all both pieces of shit. You know? Joe Biden's a piece of shit. Donald Trump's a piece of shit. You know what I mean? That's just the way it is. But people have forgotten. It's not a two-party democracy. But nobody ever pays attention to the other person's, right? You know your politics. There's more than two choices. So don't fall when people say, nah, you're going to take away the vote for the other person. Like, nah. The fact that we have that mentality is the reason why we're stuck in these situations. Vote for whoever you want to and don't let nobody influence your vote. You know what I'm saying? Because they both trying to be playing all these fucking stupid nonsense games. You know what I mean? And the reason why they do it is just because everybody wants it their way. Like I said earlier, everyone, when they make a stand, they become fucking completely irrational. Because, you know, they think that their way is their way or the highway, pretty much. You know what I mean? When it ain't like that. Us, the people, have the power. We vote them people into office. How do these billionaires get the money? Because we give it to them. You know what I mean? Who invents all these stuffs? People do. Humanity has the power. You know, but they rustled us up like sheep. And for some odd reason, we keep acting like it. So when you see them protesting out there, stop asking why. It's time for change. You already know. Just breaking it down.